Alright. Alright. Goddamn. Hello guys. Good morning. Hello everybody. My name is OC Gamer JR. Welcome back to my live on YouTube guys. Today guys, it's not a funny video now. Remember I already did a funny video yesterday guys. So today we got some scary videos. Search spook guys. But yeah, you guys can see me, I look so creepy though. I mean, I don't need the lighting shoot. But you guys can see me with the little bit of, the light on my LED shoot. So you guys can probably see me. But the only thing that's lighting up on my face right now, guys, is this LED speaker right here. And the keyboard's like brightness. Fuck. But yeah, I love it though, guys. I love this keyboard. It's kind of cool. But today we got some search spook. So let's go.
Take a look at 11 scary videos. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more scary content. Alright, with that said, let's begin.
11.
The first video we'll be looking at was posted to TikTok by a user known as Globalist Slayer USA on February 1st, 2026, and shows a strange moment captured on a home security camera late at night. The footage shows a quiet backyard covered in snow. Right from the start, you can already see a series of footprints scattered across the ground. But then, something even stranger happens.
What happened? Footstep?
As the video
footprint?
continues, a new set of footprints begins to appear, forming one after another, as if something invisible is actively walking through the yard. What makes it even more unusual is the spacing. These newer prints have a much wider gait.
Hello, welcome.
Suggesting something significantly larger than a normal person. It's a subtle detail, but once you notice it, it completely changes how the clip feels. The upload even used the hashtag Bigfoot, suggesting they believe these tracks could belong to something far from ordinary. For those who believe...
Okay, Bigfoot, there's nothing walking there. It's just a ghost footprint.
This could point to something unseen physically moving through the environment, leaving behind tracks without ever being visible. Another possibility is that whatever is making the footprints simply isn't being picked up properly by the camera, blending into the background due to lighting or recording limitations.
Wait, hold on, before I do that, let me see how many back we... Oh, shit. Let me see.
It could also be the result of editing, with the footprints added in afterward to create the illusion. It's the progression that stands out the most. Not just the footprints themselves, but the fact that new ones appear, as if something is actively moving through the yard in real time. Imagine coming home after a long day, pulling into your driveway and noticing something across the street that immediately makes you stop and stare. That's exactly what happened to this woman, as shown in a TikTok video posted by user Little Miss Bella 3. The clip begins with her pulling into a driveway and stepping out of her car. As she locks the door, something catches her attention across the street, and she just stands there watching.
What the fuck? Hey yo, is that a fucking rake? Oh hell no, man. They have glowing eyes, bro. What is that?
On the other side of the road, a person wearing what appears to be a headlamp can be seen moving around on all fours. Their movements are erratic and unnatural, almost animal-like, as they crawl and shift positions in a way that's difficult to make sense of. They continue behaving strangely for several moments, never acknowledging the person filming. At first glance, the way this figure moves feels deeply unsettling, like something pretending to be a human, but not quite getting it right. It could also just be a person acting oddly, possibly under the influence or simply behaving in a way that doesn't make much sense from the outside. But it's the unpredictability that makes this clip stick. There's no context or no explanation, just someone moving in a way you don't expect to see. A large number of children grow up with imaginary friends. It's a normal part of childhood and most parents don't think much of it. But sometimes, things don't stay so innocent. This TikTok video was posted on January 27th, 2026 by a man named Nicholas Faria. In it, he approaches his young daughter who appears to be talking to someone who isn't there. At first, it seems like a harmless moment. Then this happens.
Decirle que traiga el coche, decirle. Le dice que traiga el coche. No.
The girl begins calling out to her imaginary friend, asking it to push the stroller sitting nearby on the sidewalk. And just seconds later, the stroller starts moving. There's no one visible touching it. It simply begins rolling forward on its own as if something responded to her request. Moments like this are often interpreted as a child interacting with something unseen. The idea that imaginary friends might not always be imaginary. At the same time, there could be a simple explanation. The stroller may have been on a slight incline, causing it to roll naturally, or it could have been nudged just out of frame. It's also possible the scene was staged to line up with what the girl was saying. What makes the clip stand out is the timing. She asks, and almost immediately, something happens. Over on TikTok, a woman known as Cat Snap posted a video explaining a strange and unsettling situation happening near her home. She says she lives by a river in an area with no lights at night, making it especially dark and quiet once the sun goes down. But according to her, that silence has been broken more than once. She then asks viewers to listen closely.
So just listen for a moment, okay? And tell me that you would not be freaked out by this.
From somewhere across the river, a series of loud, eerie singing and chanting sounds can be heard echoing through the darkness. The voices don't sound close, but they're clear enough to feel uncomfortably present. It's the kind of noise that doesn't immediately make sense, rhythmic, almost coordinated, and completely out of place in such an isolated area. What makes this even stranger is that this wasn't a one-time occurrence. In the description, she explains that this is the third time in 2 years that she's heard these sounds near her property. In a follow-up video, she responds to someone suggesting it might just be people nearby. She acknowledges that others do live along the river in California, but insists that whoever is making the noise is doing so late at night, and for reasons she can't explain. The whole situation gives the impression of something happening just out of sight, close enough to hear, but far enough to remain hidden. Of course, there could be a more ordinary explanation. The voices may simply be coming from people gathered somewhere along the riverbank, with sound carrying unusually well over the water at night. But even with that in mind, hearing distant chanting echo through a dark, unlit area like that is the kind of thing that's hard to ignore once you've experienced it. A woman named Sarah Serendipity posted a video to her TikTok account on March 12, 2026, describing a moment that left her deeply unsettled. According to Sarah, she had a strong feeling that she was being watched one night. Unable to shake the feeling, she decided to pull out her phone and start recording, just in case. It didn't take long for that feeling to be validated.
Is that? What the is that?
Oh, fuck. No, bro. Is that eyes and hands?
What the fuck? What the fuck is that?
Hello, welcome.
It looks like a hand.
Yeah, and I saw eyes too on the top. There was like something's like this.
Freaking
There was something like that.
face.
And
Two
what was the
hands
eyes?
and a face. What the fuck is this?
Look,
As you can see, what appear to be handprints and even a face impression suddenly become visible on the window. The marks look pressed into the glass as if something was right there, watching from the other side. The detail is what makes it so disturbing. It doesn't just look random. It resembles something with form, something close. It's easy to interpret this as an unseen presence revealing itself in a physical way, leaving behind traces of where it had been standing. At the same time, there could be a more ordinary explanation. Residue, condensation, or oils on the glass can sometimes reveal prints that were invisible before, especially with changes in temperature or lighting. Even so, the timing is what makes this moment stand out. Feeling like you're being watched and then seeing something appear that seems to confirm it is the kind of experience that lingers long after the moment passes. In March of 2013, a YouTuber known as Dan82ify uploaded a video describing a disturbing experience that had just happened moments earlier. According to Dan, he had just woken up and gone downstairs, only to find that all of his kitchen cabinets were wide open. He insists they were closed when he went to bed the night before, which immediately left him feeling uneasy. Concerned, he grabs his camera and begins recording.
oh
We
shit.
then follow him into the kitchen as he starts closing each cabinet one by one, trying to make sense of what's going on. Everything seems calm for a moment, until this happens.
Oh no.
I'm really scared right now.
Yeah, I know. What's gonna happen?
Shut all these.
I saw a triple, one of those toaster thing, this little toaster oven shit.
I figured I'd get out on camera so if something happens, at least it's not.
Guys, I don't want to see no creepy shit.
Alright. I think I'm just gonna go downstairs and chill out and edit for a little while. Oh shit!
Damn.
Oh, look at me.
They fucking fell down the stairs. He fell down the stairs. All I heard is like a doom doom doom. That ghost probably laughing at your ass, bro. That ghost like, look at this motherfucker fell down the stairs.
Look at me. I gotta upload this. I gotta upload this before anything happens. Nobody gets to see this. Ow. I think I broke my ankle.
That's not good. You broke your ankle? Oh.
Out of nowhere, a glass suddenly falls and shatters on the floor, causing Dan to jump in shock. And just seconds later, another one falls, breaking apart just the same. The reaction is immediate. Panicked, Dan turns and runs, desperate to get away from whatever might be causing it. In his rush, he ends up falling down the stairs,
See, like I
later
said.
claiming it twisted his ankle trying to
He
escape.
twisted.
The sequence of events feels sudden and chaotic, like something escalated without warning. To some, this looks like classic poltergeist.
Oh, I know what happened. He didn't turn around, but the problem is he stepped back. When the glass hit the floor and breaks, he was recording backward. He was walking backward, recording where that area with the broken glass. And I'm assuming he didn't look back where he going, and he fell backward. Like, he fell downstairs backward. That's what happened.
Activity, with objects being moved or thrown by an unseen force.
See, like that?
It's also possible the entire scenario
Boom, right
is
there.
staged for the video. What makes this clip linger is how quickly things spiral. It starts with something small and unsettling, and within seconds, it turns into something much harder to ignore. Over on the interdimensional NHI subreddit, a user known as FVMK3 shared a video filmed in Cambridge, UK, back in 2014. In the clip, someone is simply recording the night sky above the city. Nothing unusual at first, but after a few seconds, something appears that quickly changes the tone of the footage.
Oh yeah, three dots.
Oh! What is it?
Three bright orbs can be seen moving together in a tight formation. They glide smoothly across the sky before suddenly accelerating at a speed that's difficult to track, and then, just like that, they vanish. The coordination between the three objects is what stands out. They don't drift randomly, they move together almost as if they're connected or following the same path with precision. Moments like this often get linked to reports of orb-shaped UAP, especially when multiple objects are seen moving in formation. At the same time, it's hard to say exactly what's being captured here. Without more context, it could be something more conventional that simply appears unusual from a distance. Interestingly, the footage was even featured in a Netflix documentary involving George Knapp called Investigation Alien, which is only added to the discussion around it. Clips like this tend to stick with people, not just because of what's seen, but because of how clean and coordinated it all looks before it's suddenly gone. Millions of children around the world love Peppa Pig. It's a harmless, cheerful character, the kind of thing you'd never expect to be involved in anything
Oh
except...
no, don't tell me what's going on with the cartoon. Oh shit. Something weird about the cartoons and shit?
But after this moment, that might change. This video posted to TikTok by Iconic Hannah shows a child's Peppa Pig plush lying on its side on a bed. At first, there's absolutely nothing unusual about it. Just a normal toy sitting still, until you look a little closer.
A blank? The eyes moving.
If you focus on the face, you can see it. The eyes move. It's subtle, but noticeable enough to feel completely wrong. The toy itself doesn't shift, just the eyes, as if something inside briefly adjusted them. Naturally, this raises a lot of questions. The uploader later cut open the plush to check if there was anything inside that could explain it, but found nothing. Just stuffing, like any other toy. To some, this feels like something unnatural briefly revealing itself through an everyday object.
You see that?
The uploader later cut open the plush. Naturally, this... Just the eyes, as if something inside briefly adjusted them. Naturally, this raises a lot of questions. The uploader later cut open the plush to check if there was anything inside that could explain it, but found nothing. Just stuffing, like any other toy. To some, this feels like something unnatural briefly revealing itself through an everyday object. A more grounded explanation is that the movement was added in editing. Small, isolated changes like this can be created convincingly with simple video effects. What makes it unsettling is how minimal it is. No dramatic movement, just a slight shift in the eyes, enough to make you pause and look twice. A TikTok user known as El Mosillo posted a video in February of 2026 showing what starts off as a normal day at the playground with his young child. At first, it feels like a wholesome moment, just a parent spending time with their kid. But it quickly becomes clear that something isn't quite right. From the beginning, the uploader seems uneasy, as if he's already noticed something off in the area, which is likely why he started recording in the first place. And then, around the 1 minute mark, things start to get strange.
No, mi amor, no pasa nada, babe. No era nada, no era nada. ¿Qué? No sé, no. Mira, sí se miró. Yo sí miré, alcancé a ver algo. Mira, ¿te checaste? ¿Viste? Mira. Sí, no.
Yeah, there's a face. There's a face.
¿Qué? No sé, no. Mira, sí se miró. Yo sí miré, alcancé a ver algo. Mira, ¿te checaste? ¿Viste?
In the background, near a tree, what looks like a shadowy figure can briefly be seen standing still. It's faint, but noticeable enough to stand out once you spot it. Then, not long after, something even more unsettling appears. A head seems to peek out from the side of the tree, just enough to be seen, before quickly pulling back, almost as if it's watching them. The timing and placement make it feel deliberate. In a follow-up video, the uploader goes back to the same location and shows the tree up close. And that's where things get even more confusing. The tree is far too thin for a person to realistically hide behind, especially in the way the figure appeared in the original clip. It gives the impression that whatever was peeking out shouldn't have been able to stay concealed there at all. To some, this feels like something observing from a distance, appearing just long enough to be noticed before disappearing again. The videos could also be staged, possibly using clever positioning or editing to create the illusion of something hiding behind the tree. But when you see something peek out and then realize there's nowhere for it to hide, it leaves behind a very specific kind of unease. Before we get started with this next video, some of you might recognize it. It was actually featured in one of my older videos many years ago, but since it's been so long, I wanted to take another look at it for those who are new to the channel, or for those who may never have seen it before. The clip was originally posted to YouTube by a channel known as Kilo Lu on December 4th, 2012, and it shows a group of friends exploring a long, dimly lit tunnel late at night. From the start, the atmosphere feels tense. One of the guys shines a flashlight down the tunnel, trying to see if anything is lurking in the distance. Eventually, they decide to move forward, slowly making their way deeper inside. Step by step, they continue through the darkness, growing more cautious as they go. And then, this happens. Out of nowhere, a strange figure suddenly charges toward them at full speed. The reaction is instant. The group turns and runs, clearly terrified by whatever just came rushing out of the darkness. The creature itself is hard to make out clearly. Its shape looks unusual, almost distorted, but the poor lighting makes it difficult to fully understand what we're seeing. To some people, this feels like a genuine, unknown entity, something hiding deep within the tunnel, only revealing itself when the group got too close. Another explanation is that it could simply be a person, possibly positioned ahead of time, who ran toward them to create a scare. What makes this clip memorable is how quickly everything shifts. 1 second it's quiet exploration, and the next, pure panic. On June 17, 2021, a woman named Chriselle Luna uploaded a video to her YouTube channel showing herself exploring an old, allegedly haunted prison. For the first several minutes, she moves through different hallways and rooms, investigating the building. Nothing particularly unusual happens at first, just the usual tension that comes with being alone in a place like that. But then, in one specific room, everything changes.
Yo quiero preguntar, y me estoy atreviendo a hacerlo estando sola en este lugar. Sola en este lugar. Dios mío, yo vi algo que corrió. En este lugar. En este lugar.
If you look closely at the window, a dark figure suddenly flies past at incredible speed. It happens so quickly that it's easy to miss, but Chriselle notices it immediately, and her reaction says everything. Before she even has time to process what she just saw, something even more unsettling happens.
Hayan visto, yo les voy. ¡Ay! Ahí está corriendo algo. Voy a. Hayan visto, yo les voy. ¡Ay! Ahí está corriendo algo. Voy a mostrárselos. Se los voy a mostrar. Ya cuando haga edición de este video para ponerle un círculo puedan apreciar lo que yo vi en mi cámara. ¡Ah! ¡Qué fuerte, qué fuerte, qué fuerte! No sé qué era, no sé si era la niña, no sé si era otra cosa, pero estoy segura que no era una persona porque no hay nadie aquí.
The figure comes back. This time it moves in the opposite direction, almost as if it's running across the same area again, deliberately making itself visible. The timing is what makes this moment stand out. It's not just a one-off glimpse. It happens twice, in a way that feels almost intentional. To some, this looks like a shadowy entity lingering inside the prison, briefly revealing itself before disappearing again. Amazingly, Chriselle doesn't get frightened away from this entity entirely, as she proceeds to continue her investigation, but she is never able to find this entity again. Hopefully, Chriselle won't ever go back to this prison for another investigation again, because this entity may be waiting for her return. And that was 11 scary.
Alright, let's see. "11 scary videos."
Hello everyone, my name is Sir Spooks, and today we'll take a look at 11 scary videos. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more scary content. Alright, with that said, let's begin. The first video we'll be having a look at today comes to us from a TikToker named Olivia Shepard. In the video, we watch Olivia filming the area near her neighbor's porch after seeing something very unusual.
What the heck?
A mysterious dark figure can be seen looming around the area. Just a couple seconds into the video, Olivia's neighbor himself can be seen exiting his house and peering at the figure, to get a good look at it too. Amazingly, the neighbor stares at the figure for a few seconds before casually strolling back inside, whereas I think most people would be panicking and racing inside, locking their doors instantly. As soon as he enters his house, the figure can be seen moving slightly at the end of the video. Olivia believes the figure is a ghostly apparition, but some people in the comments think it's a shadow figure. In a follow-up video, Olivia walks to the place where the figure was seen in the daytime, proving it wasn't something as easily explainable as a Halloween decoration. Another video sees Olivia talking to the camera about how the houses in her neighborhood are all old Victorian-style homes, so could it be that one of the people who lived in one of those houses is there to haunt Olivia? If so, why? We may never know. As for what this footage actually shows, the figure's stillness and vague human shape definitely resemble classic shadow figure sightings, especially ones reported near porches or entryways. Its slight movement rules out a simple decoration, but it could still be a person in dark clothing or someone cutting through the property. The old Victorian homes add an eerie atmosphere too, since deep shadows and old lighting can distort shapes on camera. Still, the timing of the movement, right after the neighbor goes inside, keeps the mystery wide open. TikTok user Nina Rodriguez posted a video to her account in July of 2025 that sees her working late at night in a hospital, and as you're about to see, this shift proves to be terrifying. Nina explains the call light for this particular room is known to be haunted. It keeps going off even though nobody's there, so she decided to set up her camera, walk away and see what happens. What she discovered afterward is downright bone-chilling. As you can see, the hospital bed directly in front of the camera moves ever so slightly throughout the video, almost as if there's some unseen presence shifting around in it. A part 2 video was later posted by Nina to address skeptics who thought the first clip was fake. She writes, quote, "For the people saying my video was fake, here's when we decided to further investigate. Do you hear that beeping? That's the call light going off. And all she did was press the cancel button." End quote. Now, to be fair, hospital beds can move a tiny bit on their own because of internal pressure systems, weight distribution, or mechanical settling, but the timing here is strange. The bed shifts while the call light keeps going off, and taken together, it starts to look a lot less like random mechanics and a lot more like something intelligently interacting with the room. So what do you guys think is going on here? Let's just hope that if one of you needs a hospital visit anytime soon, you won't have to deal with an annoying ghost like this. In January of 2023, a YouTube channel known as Sabia L posted a video that sees them wandering around their home in the Netherlands late at night, creeping around very slowly. Sabia films as they walk through the house, but it doesn't take long at all for weird things to start happening.
Oh, I've seen this video.
As you can see, the lights behind the door flicker on and off, before suddenly stopping. Sabia checks the door and the hallway to see if anything's there, but she doesn't find a thing. However, it's right after this that something genuinely spooky happens.
Oh. Maar ik durf echt niet.
If you look carefully enough, you can make out what appears to be some kind of creepy entity lurking in the shadows, which understandably causes Sabia to panic before the video ends shortly after. Now, flickering lights can sometimes be explained by electrical issues, loose wiring, faulty bulbs, or bad switches, but the shadowy figure behind the door is a lot harder to explain away. It has a defined shape and seems to be moving, which makes this feel less like a power problem and more like someone or something standing back there. Of course, there's always the chance this could be a hoax, someone hiding out of frame or set up meant to look paranormal. But if it isn't, then this might be one of the creepier pieces of footage to come out of a quiet Dutch home. So what do you guys think was going on in Sabia's house? Is it possible a ghost or some kind of creature was roaming around in there? And if so, why? Let me know your theories down below. Over on TikTok, a man named Stephen McCrabtree posted a video back in May of this year where he explains just how freaked out he is after witnessing something truly terrifying. Stephen says he was having a completely normal day, just washing dishes and putting them away, when he suddenly felt something hit him right in the back. He even says he heard it bounce. He then turns the camera around to the floor and points out the green ball sitting there, explaining that this is what hit him in the right shoulder out of nowhere. Take a look at the home surveillance camera footage and see. Stephen says the ball had a little bit of force behind it too. He also clarifies that his wife has been in bed for the past 2 days because she is sick, and his kids are either on their tablets or outside. In other words, nobody was around to throw anything. Now, could the ball have rolled off a counter? Maybe, but the way it launches across the room in the clip seems to rule out simple gravity. If it was staged, the timing is impressively natural, but Stephen's reaction doesn't feel like someone faking a scare, which makes this one pretty compelling. Thankfully, if there is a ghost inside Stephen's house, it doesn't seem violent. Maybe it tossed the ball because it wanted to get its attention, or even play a game of catch. We can only hope its intentions stay friendly. Over on the UFO subreddit, a user named Formal Process posted a video he filmed in the middle of the night somewhere in Czechia. One that's sure to make your jaw drop in amazement. In the clip, we watch as he films the night sky ahead of him. At first, it looks like a perfectly ordinary shot, but it doesn't take long at all for things to get very strange.
See that tree? It's very clearly levitating.
What the heck?
Is it actually a tree? Or is it aliens?
Maybe it's a tree UFO.
Many viewers believe the footage shows a UFO attempting to mask itself as a tree, but choosing the wrong set coordinate, meaning it appears misaligned or floating at the wrong height. It's such a bizarre visual that you almost have to watch it twice to process it. The OP submission statement reads, quote, "The UFO appeared stationary above a part of a village, resembling a coniferous tree. Radiation remained normal at background level, 0.15 microsieverts per hour, as measured on a basic Geiger counter, which doesn't actually mean much, since gamma intensity decreases with square of distance. I don't have an estimate of distance." End quote. Now, whether this is truly a UFO using some sort of camouflage, or glitching camera sensor, or even an elaborate hoax, it's hard to say. The motion and shape don't quite match drone behavior, and the tree appears too perfectly formed to be a simple artifact. But the fact that it stays suspended in place makes it even more puzzling. Either way, it's easily one of the strangest videos to hit the subreddit in a long time. If this really was a UFO disguising itself, then yeah, it definitely picked the wrong coordinate. And if it wasn't caught on camera, absolutely nobody would have believed it. An ex-user known as William LWL2288 posted a video back in March of 2025 that shows some truly strange activity happening inside a hospital in an unknown location. For the first little while, the security camera footage seems completely normal and doesn't show anything out of the ordinary. But as I'm sure you can expect, that changes fast.
能环境，不是了吧？哦。我操，好吓人！走了，走了。哎呦，来了，又回来了。
If you look at the right-hand side of the screen, you can clearly see a transparent, ghost-like shape drifting around near the patient's bed. It floats around for roughly 40 seconds before the video ends, leaving us with far more questions than answers. As for what this eerie shape could be, well, take your pick. It might be a visual compression artifact from the CCTV system, a bug, or piece of dust passing close to the lens, or if you lean toward the paranormal, possibly some kind of spirit lingering near the patient. The shape's movement is strange enough that all possibilities feel unsettling. Whatever's going on here, it's a chilling reminder that when you're asleep in a hospital room, or even your own bedroom, you never really know what might be drifting quietly above you in the dark.
Number 5.
On September 9th, 2025, a TikTok user known as Krobishi posted a video showing some of the strangest activity I've ever seen inside someone's kitchen. The security footage starts off completely
Okay, I seen that. Let me skip that one. I see that one with the dryer shit.
Sometimes a storage unit can be filled with treasures, and sometimes, like in this case, it's filled with pure nightmare fuel. TikTok user NYCdom posted a series of videos in August of this year that show something truly unsettling happening inside her storage facility. In the first clip, we watch as she films the long corridor ahead of her, asking if anyone else can see something down the hall. Look very carefully.
Okay.
Don't tell me I don't see that. Oh no. I don't know if it's just a fan like going in and out, but is that?
I don't know. Ugh. I don't see nothing. What am I looking at? Oh yeah, suck it,
I don't. No, I know y'all just see that, right? Oh!
If you look at the far end of the hallway, you can see a strange figure peeking around the left corner, looking back and forth as if it's watching her. A second video posted by NYCdom shows her wandering deeper into the facility, trying to figure out what she saw, and unsurprisingly, things get even creepier.
Oh, part 2. Let's go, yeah, part 2, guys.
Shut up.
Now you fucking. Hello!
What would you say, hello, dumbass? You gonna get it. You are gonna get it, buddy.
Oh, shit!
Between the 119 and 203 mark, you can clearly hear someone or something saying hello several times from somewhere else in the building. The voice doesn't sound panicked or playful, just eerie, distant, and wrong. Some commenters suggested it might simply be an older man who also rents a unit there. And yes, that's possible. But even if it is just a person, there's something profoundly unnerving about someone hiding in the shadows of a storage warehouse, whispering greetings into the darkness. Whether it's a confused tenant, a mimic-like voice, or something much stranger lurking at the end of that hallway, the atmosphere of these videos is chilling. After watching clips like this, I don't think you'll ever look at Storage Wars the same way again.
Halloween? Oh shoot.
The McAllen Horror Nights attraction in Texas is designed to scare customers with a creepy haunted house experience. But in September of this year, the staff ended up getting a scare they definitely didn't sign up for. In the video posted to their official TikTok page, we see an employee working the closing shift late at night. She's calmly tidying up, just going about her business, and everything seems perfectly normal. But when she walks up to a particularly unsettling mannequin, things take a terrifying turn. Did you see that?
Yeah.
If you look closely, the mannequin's head snaps and shifts entirely on its own, moving in a quick, unnatural motion. The moment the employee realizes what just happened, she sprints out of the room screaming. And honestly, I'd have done the exact same thing. Even though she works at a haunted house attraction, nothing prepares you for a mannequin suddenly coming to life when you're alone in the building. Now, to be fair, some viewers think this could have been a mechanical prop glitching, since haunted houses do use animatronics. Others believe it might have been set up as a prank or even digitally edited. But the movement doesn't really match typical animatronic behavior.
You mean like Fresh Freddy?
And the employee's reaction feels very genuine. On the other hand, if it wasn't staged or mechanical, then this is hands down one of the most unsettling pieces of haunted house footage I've seen in a long time. Either way, I wouldn't blame her if she marched in the next morning and handed over her 2-week notice immediately. TikTok user British Bulldog 74, also known as CB, posted a clip where he explains he just left his wife's grandmother's house after finishing some construction work. According to him, she hadn't lived there for about 3 years. Nobody lived in the house at all. It should have been completely empty, but it wasn't. Who in the world is peeking through the blinds like that? Just the sight of someone or something watching from inside an abandoned home is enough to give anyone nightmares. A second video soon followed, where CB shared an even stranger discovery. He recently bought a simple camera for his daughter, and while flipping through her photos, he found one image he couldn't explain. When he showed it to his mother-in-law, she was horrified because the face in the picture looked exactly like her grandmother, who passed away in the early 1980s. This is the picture.
Oh God.
Just comparing the photo on the camera to the old picture of the grandmother, they look shockingly similar. Same expression, same face shape. It's downright chilling. Then CB uploaded a third video to clear up some theories people were throwing around. He said it wasn't a squatter because he'd been working inside the house for 2 months beforehand, and the place was completely empty. He also dismissed the idea of AI trickery. According to him, he actually saw the blinds move from the corner of his eye, which is what made him start taking photos and recording in the first place. He even went up into the attic using a ladder and found nobody up there. In fact, he said he would have preferred it to be an intruder, because at least he'd have some answers. Right now, he has none. Finally, he posted a fourth update. In this one, he walks around the dark, empty house to investigate. And then this happens.
Hey! Macy? Miss? Oh, it's weird. That's weird, too. What the frick is going on here, brother?
A loud thump echoes through the hallway, startling him. Moments later, you can hear a deep, unsettling growling sound coming from somewhere close by. It doesn't sound like a house settling, it sounds alive. Now, there are a few ways to look at this. On one hand, it could be a combination of shadows, pareidolia, and a perfectly timed noise. Maybe an animal hiding somewhere in the walls. Old houses can make strange sounds, especially if there's loose wood or a raccoon tucked away in a crawl space. On the other hand, the figure in the blinds and the photo resembling a deceased family member are hard to dismiss. The way the face matches the old portrait gives the whole situation an unsettling folklore-like vibe, almost like a classic ghost story unfolding through TikTok updates. So what do you think? Is CB dealing with a full-on haunting, or is there a more grounded explanation hiding somewhere in this abandoned home? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Over on YouTube, a channel named Fickleberg12 posted a video on December 7th, 2022. In it, he and a friend are wandering through a cemetery in Oakland, Atlanta. He pans across a Victorian-themed holiday celebration nearby, complete with Christmas carolers in period outfits. Then he quickly swings the camera behind him, and that's where things take a seriously creepy turn.
Watch my step here. Give me 1 second. I want you guys to see that.
I saw a face.
Did you notice it? In a blink and you'll miss it moment, if you look behind the building here, you can clearly see what looks like an actual person's face peeking out. It's pale, it's still, and it's pointing directly at the camera. There's nothing abstract or vague about it. It looks exactly like a human being watching him. What makes this even stranger is how old the footage looks. Even though it was uploaded only a few years ago, the camera quality feels more like something from the early 2000s. That alone gives the moment an eerie, urban legend vibe that makes the figure feel even more out of place. Sadly, the uploader never posted any follow-up videos, so we're left with this single unsettling clip and no extra context. Since the figure really does look like a person, we're basically left with three possibilities. 1. A real person was standing there. Cemeteries are open spaces, and someone could have simply been behind the building at the exact moment he turned around. It could have been another visitor, a worker, or someone wandering around during the Victorian event. 2. It was a deliberate hoax. The video does have that vintage-style creepiness people love in online ghost clips. It's possible someone intentionally stood in that spot to create a spooky moment, especially since the face appears for only a split second and never moves. 3. It's something paranormal. The stillness, the pale appearance, and the way the face seems to be staring directly into the lens all give it that classic apparition quality. Combined with the location and the older-looking footage, it wouldn't be a stretch for viewers to interpret this as a genuine ghost sighting. So what do you think? Was someone hiding behind the building? Did the uploader pull off a simple hoax? Or are we looking at an actual ghostly figure watching from the shadows? Let me know your theories in the comments below. And that was 11.
This one, what the fuck? That's the one I need, that one. There we go. Okay, pause.
Hello everyone, my name is Sir Spooks, and today we'll take a look at 13 scary videos. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more scary content. Alright, with that said, let's begin. Over on TikTok, a man named Seth A. Burden, also known by his username Seth of 7 Year Witch, posted a video to his account on July 17th, 2023, in which he explains that he bought a guitar at a garage sale a couple of weeks beforehand from an old lady. So far, so good, right? Well, Seth says that every single time he picks it up or strums it, extremely weird things happen. He then goes over to the instrument to demonstrate. Watch this.
It's some Lotus, like, very 80s looking guitar. And every time I strum, with like that, shit like that happens every time I mess with this thing. Like that.
Yeah, that guitar broke. Send it back. Get your money back. That guitar looks strange as fuck. The moment you hit it, guys, that thing has some history. I think that's a spirit attached to that guitar, bruh. Look what it's doing.
As you can see, the moment he strums the guitar, the lights in the room flicker. He then strums it again a couple of seconds later, and once again, the lights can be seen flickering for no apparent reason. This time though, in addition to the lights, a cup can be seen getting knocked over on Seth's table out of nowhere, much to his confusion. Sadly, it doesn't seem as though there were ever any update videos posted to Seth's account, with lots of people in the comments of this video clamoring for updates, and wanting to know what happened after this video ended. Sadly, we'll probably never know the full story, but next time you find yourself wanting to pick up an instrument from a garage sale, be sure to keep this creepy video in mind. TikTok user known as Ochayo55 posted video to their account in June of 2023 and shows them and a friend standing around outside in what seems to be some kind of a park. At first, the footage simply follows the uploader and their friend relaxing and just enjoying their time together, when out of nowhere, the uploader makes a shocked noise and proceeds to zoom in on something that they notice in the distance. Take a look and see.
Mira, puta, salís, salís. Ay, mira. ¿Quién soy, café? Ven aquí, porque mira que salís. Ay. Ay, corre. Salí.
Although it may be small and hard to notice at first, once you see it, it certainly makes you puzzled and creeped out. Some kind of a small figure can be seen coming out from behind the wall. To a lot of people, this figure looks to be a pombero, which is a mythological being typical of Paraguay's cultural heritage. It is a mythical humanoid creature of small stature in Guarani mythology.
Oh my god.
Interestingly, the pombero is said to capture particularly ungrateful girls and force them to kiss it, which is quite
It's not my computer, guys. It's just fucking Wi-Fi, bro.
disturbing to say the least. Let's just hope that Pombero had no intentions of harming anyone in the vicinity of this situation. Unfortunately, we'll likely never get a concrete explanation for this video, so we'll just have to theorize. Let me know what you guys think of this video down in the comments below. This next piece of footage we'll be having a look at feels like some kind of scene that would be ripped straight out of a brand new found footage horror movie. The footage in question was uploaded to Reddit in the High Strangeness subreddit, and shows the cameraman filming a house and the massive tree behind it in the dead of night. Right away, it's very noticeable just how eerily quiet it is on this street where the uploader is filming, already setting the stage for creepiness. Then, in just a matter of seconds, things get even more unsettling. Watch this.
I didn't even want to know, bro. Fucking dirty, bro.
This is the second time I've come over here. And the first time, when I got up under them trying to figure out what it was, they started breaking limbs off and throwing them at me. And I still cannot figure out what it is. Look, they're ruining this freaking place. Look, that's look at that. What in Jesus' name is doing this? Oh my God, he just took half the tree down. Oh my God.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
it's gotta be
What?
I don't even think a bear would have a chance in Hades and it doing this. It's something stronger than a bear.
Bigfoot?
I think I'm gonna bounce because I think he just hit the ground, which means he's about to face me on foot. And I don't really want to wrestle with somebody that can tear trees down.
The trees begin to shake and sway, with breaking branches being heard as well. The uploader then talks to the camera, saying that whoever or whatever is in the tree has been continuously breaking branches off and throwing them at him, with him also theorizing that the entity is much bigger than he is. Eventually, the guy notices that the entity is on the ground and decides it would be best to get out of the area as soon as possible, before things could get even worse, which was certainly a wise idea. But the question still remains, what in the world was this crazily strong entity that was able to rip off entire tree branches without breaking a sweat? And why was it throwing them at the cameraman? If you guys have any sort of theories for this video, I'd love to hear them in the comments. This next video was uploaded to TikTok in January of 2025 by a user known as AmoroSomX1 and showcases some home security camera footage showing a woman sitting down in a chair rocking back and forth. She then can be seen picking up her baby and gently caressing it. So far it looks and feels like a mundane video, but in just a matter of seconds, it transforms into something much more sinister.
Y ve directamente hacia el portón.
The gate.
Miren,
Oh, I
ahí está
see it.
observando, ahí se asomó algo. Vean eso. Vean lo extraño que el color de piel que tiene eso, vean. Y mi hija ahí está alterada y si se dan cuenta, no deja de mirar hacia el portón. Vean, mi hija está mirándolo. Ahí se volteó y eso se desvaneció.
Out of nowhere, some kind of strange, pale creature can be seen peeking over the fence, seemingly staring straight at the woman and her baby, while they're completely oblivious to what's going on. I can't even begin to imagine just how terrifying it must have been for this poor woman to see this on her camera later on, knowing that something or someone was watching her and her baby in such a seemingly normal moment in that day. Sadly, we don't ever get a good clear shot of the entity, so it's hard to tell exactly what it is. We also don't know its intentions, but we can only hope that it didn't have any sinister plans in mind. Hopefully this young woman and her baby didn't encounter this thing again. A lot of people watch the morning news when they wake up to see what's going on in the world. Usually you'll see topics relating to current events, weather, politics and more, but you almost never expect to turn on your TV in the morning and see something potentially otherworldly on the news. The following video was posted to the High Strangeness subreddit by a user known as Wavy Atlian and shows someone recording their television screen, which is on a morning news channel. The news reporters are talking about Israel, but there's something completely baffling happening at the same time, which none of the news team reports on. Something that happens so quickly that if you're not paying close attention, you might not even notice. Have a look.
Of the incoming projectiles were intercepted. So this of the incoming projectiles were intercepted. So this of the incoming projectiles were intercepted. So this of the incoming projectiles.
Out of nowhere, some kind of strange black figure can be seen flying past and behind a building, never to be seen again. It's the kind of thing that seemed like it should be impossible, but alas, here it is. Some people in the comments of the post have noted just how similar this thing looks to a Dementor in the Harry Potter movies. And once you pull up an image of one and compare it to the thing in this footage, it's undeniably similar. So what do you guys make of this bizarre news footage? Is it possible that some strange demons are flying around in Israel right now as we speak? We might never find out for sure. This next video comes to us from a YouTuber known as MK, who posted the unsettling footage to his channel on January 9th, 2024. In the description, he also provides us a lengthy paragraph of context to help us better understand what was going on here. It reads as follows. Quote, I was sitting in bed with my laptop playing bingo while the TV played in the background. Suddenly, I heard a disturbing noise through my open bedroom window. I immediately muted everything, but after a moment of silence, I didn't hear anything unusual. So I turned everything back on and continued what I was doing. Then I heard it again. This time, I got up and went to my window. Outside, I could hear an owl, but then another sound sent chills down my spine. It was what sounded like a disembodied horse, neighing close to my house. I quickly turned off the TV to listen more carefully and grabbed my cell phone to record the eerie sound. As I recorded, I realized the neighing was coming from inside our barn. That's when the chills intensified, because we don't own horses. End quote. The uploader further recounts their eerie experience in the old farmhouse they live in, which has stood for over a century and was once a horse farm. Located deep in the countryside, the house is isolated, with a long driveway and distant neighbors surrounded by farmland. The family's lived there for over 7 years and has frequently encountered paranormal activity, though they had never captured it on video until now. While recording strange horse-like sounds from the barn, they saw a ghostly translucent figure pacing along the driveway. It moved around before disappearing near the barn. Adding to the unsettling moment, a mysterious bright light appeared above the trees, making the experience feel completely surreal. As you can see in the footage, if you look just closely enough, what could almost look like a white figure of a horse's head is shown walking around. Despite this video being uploaded well over a year ago at this point, we sadly don't have any updates from MK on what happened next. As a matter of fact, this was the first and only video that they ever uploaded to their channel, so this mystery may be one that never gets solved. A Marine shared a personal account on Reddit involving a UFO experience. He describes how his grandfather, a minister, once recounted a frightening encounter where bright light enveloped his vehicle, causing the radio to malfunction, and a flame-emitting object hovered above. Fear of public ridicule kept the incident secret. The Marine later confirmed the story with his grandfather's friend Jay, who was also deeply disturbed. This disclosure was prompted by the Marine's own unexplained experience at age 16, which led him to study UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena. While working security at a music festival, the Marine met another Marine, T, and they bonded over shared interests, including UAP discussions. T shared footage from a high-altitude jump where white orbs zipped by below him, causing panic. The object was not a part of the plane, a reserve parachute, or anything explainable given the altitude. Another jumper recorded the event on a GoPro, confirming this sighting. Let's take a look at the footage before it gets removed. It's undeniable just how truly interesting the footage is, with a lot of people in the comments sharing just how incredible the video is. In a world full of tons of skeptics, there really aren't a lot of them in the comment section here. It's also worth mentioning that someone in the comments found out that the footage was taken over Laurinburg, North Carolina. Let's just hope that the more time that passes, the more information we will have regarding this highly fascinating piece of footage. Imagine you're sitting on your couch in the middle of the night just trying to relax and unwind before heading off to bed for the night when you find yourself caught in a real-life nightmare. That's the kind of situation TikTok user Carter V found himself in one night in February of 2024. He's shown to be sitting on the couch in the living room, recording something in the distance. He writes that he has to move, but is clearly too scared to move even a muscle. Watch this.
Dude, what the
Later in the evening, Carter finds himself in for yet another scare. This time one that's so scary, you can audibly hear him breathing heavily as he contemplates what to do.
Who's there?
The piano can be heard playing all by itself. Interestingly, the song apparently seems to be Runaway by Kanye West. Later on, the uploader runs outside and you can see something strange happening inside. In an update video that was posted a bit later on to Carter's TikTok, he shared a photo of himself moving out of the house, with a big smile on his face, clearly looking forward to a fresh start and a new place. I don't blame him for moving, and I hope his new place treats him well. Reddit user NoSignal1over137 posted something over on the Internet Mysteries subreddit and shared a bit of context to better help us understand the video that we'll be having a look at. The uploader's post reads, quote, "Last night my friends and I were looking through my old YouTube channel. We watched my first video, first person flips on trampoline, and saw something I can't explain. There was someone sitting cross-legged behind a table near my trampoline, with the table blocking their face. For start, I remember being outside alone when I recorded the video. Cliché, I know. But what I can't explain is the dark protrusion that moves upward when I pan toward it.
Scary
Strangely, the screen also turns blue whenever my camera points in that direction. In the photo, the black protrusion could just be due to camera quality, or it might appear still, making it seem like something in the background. Luckily, I still have the video. If you're skeptical, just watch it." He then linked to the following video on YouTube.
Here's called a backbone backflip. What you do for this, you jump on your back. You jump onto your back and then do a backflip. All right, here we go. All right, so I did that. Alright guys, that was it for now, and I'll see you later.
Did you guys see it?
I don't want to
If
see
you
a
look
face.
closely, you can make out some kind of unexplained person or entity.
Oh.
Some people in the comments think that it may just be someone's reflection, or that it was a person that the uploader didn't realize was staying. Others believe this may be something supernatural. What do you guys think? Possible that there was just a family member or friend nearby and the uploader didn't notice? Or was there something much creepier going on here? Let me know in the comments. On January 5th, 2017, a young girl named Emma Oakley posted a video to her YouTube account that showcases her and her brother doing some dance. It may sound like a normal video of two siblings just trying to mess around and have some fun. But as I'm sure you can expect, this simple video quickly turns into something much creepier. Throughout the video, Emma and her brother are shown goofing around and playing with each other. It's all fun and games until this happens.
Ouch. Yep. Hello?
Don't respond, you dumbass.
Who's it?
Suddenly, a bizarre demonic voice can be heard coming through Emma's computer, startling both her and her brother, who can only sit there in shock, not sure of what's going on or what to do. The video then ends a few seconds later, leaving us all to wonder what exactly was going on and what the creepy voice was doing on her computer. It's also hard to understand what the voice was saying, but it probably wasn't anything good. Emma Emma did post further videos on her channel down the road, but she never posted any kind of direct update to this video. Someone on Reddit thinks that someone may have hacked into Emma's webcam, and that's where the voice came from. If this is true, it's utterly terrifying to think that there are people out there who are hacking into young kids' webcams just to scare them, or who knows what else. This video may be good evidence as to why parents should monitor their kids and their technology more closely. This video comes to us from France and was uploaded by a woman named Denise Pilon all the way back in July of 2015. It shows her simply going about her day when something absolutely terrifying happens out of nowhere.
C'est vraiment fatigant là. Je vais appeler maman. Olivier? 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 C'est vraiment pas drôle là. Je vais appeler maman. Maman?
As you can see, a whole series of bizarre things start to happen inside of Denise's kitchen, as you can only watch there in complete horror, breathing very heavily as she is completely in shock. It almost seems as if whatever spirit is inside of her kitchen is very mad and vicious, throwing things around, almost as if it's enjoying scaring her this much. It's a highly unsettling video to say the least. Unfortunately, this was the only video that Denise ever posted to YouTube, and seeing as how it's nearly 10 years old at this point with no update, it's unlikely that we ever will get one. So what do you guys think happened here? Do you think Denise's kitchen was really haunted? Was this some kind of a hoax? Let me know what you think in the comments. This Korean dashcam footage that was posted to YouTube back in October of 2020 was filmed from two different angles, one looking forwards and one looking backwards, as you'll soon see. The footage shows the uploader Byung-in Kim driving on a highway road late at night. At this point, all seems to be going fine for the uploader, but they're about to be in for a shock in just a matter of seconds. In the blink of an eye, a strange figure can be seen standing in the middle of the road, seemingly materializing instantly. The front-facing camera angle shows the figure appearing very suddenly, and the back camera angle shows the figure after the uploader drives past it. It's a terrifying video for many reasons. One, it's crazy just how transparent this figure was up until the driver got right up close. Two, we don't know what or who this entity is and what it wants. And three, because it shows just how truly unpredictable life can be at times. This video is also a good reminder to always stay alert when driving. The following video comes to us from TikTok user Axel Loza Official, who seems to be recording while he and his friends are sleeping over together. If this is indeed a sleepover, it'll be one to remember for life, albeit not for any fun reason. The uploader records as he and his two friends stare at the wardrobe door in front of them, clearly freaked out by something about it. When the cameraman gets a bit closer, we understand why.
Aquí están mis hermanos. Y desde hace rato se quieren dormir, pero están viendo la misma cara que yo. Es lo que me temía. La verdad es lo que me temía y no sé qué hacer. No se pueden dormir. Y vean, aquí está, pero cuando yo trato de abrir, no hay nada.
There was a face in the motherfucker.
No hay
God damn.
absolutamente nada. Y no sé qué hacer.
Some kind of a scary face can be seen staring through the wardrobe door, but it strangely disappears as soon as the door is opened. To this day, nobody knows for sure what happened here, but it's definitely a video that you won't want to watch before going to bed tonight. Let's just hope that this creepy ghost never paid these guys a visit again after this. And that was 13 scary videos. I hope.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoy. Hit that like, hit the subscribe button. Also, turn on the bell so when I mention more videos like this. Love you guys. Lots of kisses. Heart to you guys. And I'll see you guys in the next video, guys. Bye-bye, guys.